In your new book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Pain, you write that pain isn't two problems, it's one system. How does emotional pain and physical pain intertwine, and why is that so often misunderstood?
So, chronic pain. If you've had pain for more than 3 weeks, it's not just in your back or in your knee or in your neck. It's activated the pain circuits in your brain.
Thank you.
And they're the same circuits that cause grief and depression and anxiety. And so learning to really get out and stay out of pain, you have to have a healthy brain. And did you know Tylenol, which has made the news for all the wrong reasons recently, actually helps with grief? It actually helps with the emotional pain from a breakup. Why would that be? Because it calms down the same circuits. Or Cymbalta, one of the really good antidepressants, it's FDA approved for chronic pain. Why is that? Or SAMe, the supplement that's been found to be helpful for mood, also helps arthritis. Well, why is that? Because they work on the suffering pathway in the brain. So when you think of pain, think of 3 pathways. There's the feeling pathway. Oh, I stubbed my toe. So it activates a part of the brain called the thalamus and then goes to the sensory cortex, go, ouch, oh, my toe hurts. And then if your brain is busy in the middle, it'll activate the suffering pathway. And that sort of smears that pain with fear and dread. Oh, I won't be able to dance again. And then if the calming pathway, which is your frontal lobes, isn't working right, you won't be able to turn off the pain. And so ultimately in Change Your Brain, Change Your Pain, I talk about those 3 circuits and how to balance them so you're not living a life of chronic pain.
I love that. I love that. Did you innovate that?
Well, no, people have talked about these 3 circuits, but I really got interested in why does Cymbalta and SAMe work for both physical and emotional pain? And in the book, the star of the book is called the doom loop. It's how you hurt physically or emotionally. I mean, I could hurt because I got rejected or I lost my job or my wife left me. It activates those same circuits. And so it's pain happens, the fear center smears it, which then leads to negative thinking. I call them ants, automatic negative thoughts, which then goes to muscle tension, which increases pain, which then goes to bad habits, whether it's opiates or benzos, alcohol, marijuana, whatever, which then just keeps you into this doom loop. And to get out of it, we need a healing loop.
So what you're saying is all these things compress on each other and then it just starts a vicious cycle of repeat,
right.
Rinse and repeat.
And people in chronic pain have a high incidence of suicide because
For sure.
they're just predicting nothing will work and they see a life of chronic pain. I open the book with the story of a police officer who was involved in 2 high-speed car crashes, ended up with chronic back pain, 6 surgeries, opiates, alcohol, and he tried to kill himself. And I met him, and as I do, I scanned him. The brain's gear shifter, it's called the anterior cingulate gyrus, is working way too hard. And I'm like, oh, you can't get away from the pain because it just cycles. So that was that suffering pathway. And as we calmed it down, he got his life back.
How'd you fix
And he
him?
said, I still hurt. I just don't think about it all the time. And so I fixed him with saffron, one of my favorite supplements, raises serotonin, calms down the cingulate, We used saffron, omega-3 fatty acids, curcumins to calm the suffering pathway. I taught him not to believe every stupid thing he thought. All right, I teach this for all my patients. Whenever you feel sad, mad, nervous, out of control, write down what you're thinking. And just ask yourself whether or not it's true. We used hypnosis to calm down the tension, and I taught him how to love and care for his brain by what he ate and reconnected with his wife.
We're out of time. Please subscribe on YouTube, click the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Please subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify and leave a rating and a review. And share the We're Out of Time podcast with others you know who will get value out of it. See you next Tuesday.